Okay, so plenty of schools had you on their radar. You were being highly recruited, but you chose Maryland. What made you make that decision?
Um, what made me make that decision was that honestly, I think probably like my junior year, I wasn't even gonna go to Maryland. That was my mindset. I was like, I'm never going to Maryland. You know, I didn't like the way Coach Williams was yelling at players and stuff like that. I just didn't think that was gonna be the school I was gonna go to.
Okay.
I went on a few visits to other schools, but the thing that kind of stuck with me was my mom being able to go to the games.
Okay.
You know, Michigan was one of the schools that I really considered because of Tommy Amaker, but that was a 15-hour drive. You know, so being able to stay home, play in front of my family, my friends, that was one of the main things that kind of helped me choose Maryland. Then seeing Terrence Morris, I was a big fan of his, and seeing how he played, same position in a sense. You know, he's a shooter, tall guy as well. Um, so I kind of just those were one of the main things that kind of helped me choose Maryland.
Okay, so you mentioned Michigan. Would that school or any of the other schools, if you didn't go to Maryland, where would you have chose to go? Shall I say?
I went back and forth with a number of different schools. At one point, it was like, all right, I want to go to Duke, you know, because education. I was just throwing out. It was a number of schools. I kind of had my pickings, but Duke, I considered them for a second. I definitely wanted to. I thought about Georgia Tech, for sure, and Notre Dame. I thought about them as well, but I didn't have the grades to get in there. Georgia Tech, the same thing, the grades. It's funny, when we was in ABCD camp, Chris Bosh and Daniel Horton that went to Michigan, they would recruit me to go to. Chris Bosh was gonna go to Michigan too, so he was trying to recruit me to go to Michigan with them three. So it was gonna be us three going to Michigan. So he was recruiting me the whole time during ABCD camp. Oh, maybe we all gotta go to Michigan, us three, and him going to Georgia Tech. So, but yeah, so Michigan was one of them. Even when Tommy Amaker was at Seton Hall, I was like, wherever he's going, I'm gonna go. But like I said, that distance, that drive, was one of those things that kind of did it. I looked at Charlotte for a second because of Rodney White and see what he did. He's 6'8", 6'9", can shoot it. The position he played, what he did for him. So it was a number of different schools that I thought about and that I really considered. Some of them I just couldn't get in because of the grades at the time. So
Gotcha, gotcha. So, in life, we always have a game plan. So you could get to Maryland, you have a game plan, but didn't quite go the way you expected it. Right. Let's talk about what happened here.
I think it didn't go quite as everybody expected it to go, honestly. They just won a national championship the year before I got there. Me coming in, a McDonald's All-American, played down the street at DeMatha, highly recruited. So all these expectations are coming up. I had high expectations for myself as well. I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go in here, do like a year or two, and I'm out. That was my mindset going in. And then I just, it kind of just hit me in regards to the lifestyle that I was going into, in the sense of being who I was, going into a school that grew up in the same area. Finding out everybody knew who I was,
Okay.
being able to have access to the clubs and seeing that atmosphere. Because when I was in high school, I wasn't really doing too much. I was into all boys school. I really didn't hang out too much. So when I got to Maryland, it was just like, man, I started hanging around certain people and able to get access to certain places and clubs, and then you got the females and you got the drinking. So it just, I had this mindset that I want to get to the league, but now I just got pushed into this whirlwind of partying and the girls. And I tell people all the time, it was something I just couldn't get out of. As much as I was like, man, all right, I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna get in this gym. I'll go work out, and then I'm running to the club. Or man, I just got this new girl's number, man. I'm gonna go catch up with her. So that was like one of my first things. It was like, it was something new to me, and it was something where I tell players now, man, if you really want something bad enough, you're gonna sacrifice and dedicate yourself. You got guys like KDs and other top players that was able to get through that. Now, I'm not saying that as a college player you can't have fun,
Right.
but you have to have that balance. I'm talking about, like, if you really want to get to the league, you gotta it gotta be a whole different lifestyle. Yeah, you can have fun, but you more so like for example, Juan Dixon, those guys, they stayed in the gym until when people left. They still was in the gym. Shoot, when the lights were out, he stayed doing that. Steve Blake, all those guys, I used to see him doing that. So, like, they probably had fun, but it was like, yo, we gotta take care of court first, and then we can have fun here and there when we can. But like for me, man, I was in the club all the time. Like, people would see me every Friday, man. I'm up in Dream or Love, man. And, like, it was just one of the things that's like, for me, I was like, man, it was like mindset, like, I made it. I made it to the league already without having the money. You know what I mean? I could do whatever, I could kind of go wherever, and I just got caught up. I mean, as bad as I wanted to focus and dedicate myself back to the game, it was like that thing just kept pulling me back in, and I just kind of like, in a sense, I lost myself. I tell people, my mom recorded every single college game, every single college game. I have not watched not one. I probably watched the ACC tournament. That's when I played well at that tournament. We won the ACC championship, so I probably watched that. But every other game, it's like I'm scared to watch those tapes because I'm like looking at somebody that wasn't even me.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was one of those things. So I tell people all the time, like people, oh man, he was some trash at Maryland. Yeah, I was. You know what I mean? I didn't. Let me not say that, but in the sense of I didn't meet the expectations that was put on me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think my expectations was at a high level, and I didn't meet those expectations. I think as far as like my college career is like probably average compared to what a normal player would get, but like as far as what was put on me, being a McDonald's All-American, top recruit, I didn't meet those expectations. And my expectations was higher than everybody else's. But like I said, I just got caught up, man, and lost myself. And like I said, I got all this film, man. I don't even pay no attention to because like I said, I'm looking at somebody that wasn't even me, in a sense. So.
Okay. So, you mentioned expectations. You say you didn't meet the ones that were set on you, and nor did you meet yours that were higher than that. Talk about some of the highs and lows behind that. We know about the party, but anything else took place?
Yeah, I mean, like like I said, there were times when people saw, oh man, he gonna be there he is right there. I had games where I go out there and say I score like 18 and had like 7 rebounds. Next game I had 2 and 1 rebound. You know what I mean? It was stuff like that, the inconsistency that was throughout, And I remember my senior year, I was like, bet, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm a senior now, I gotta be a leader. I remember thinking we went out to Maui that year, and I played well. And I remember when the coach was telling me like, "Yo, some couple of NBA teams are talking. You on their radar?" I was like, "Cool, everything's working out. I'm working out. I'm staying after practice, working out late at night." And I actually had a minor knee surgery going into Maui, but it wasn't healed quite like I wanted to. And I remember coming back home and we were practicing and just being frustrated with the process of it all. Right. And for me, when I was in college, man, there was times where I'd be in my room and I did a lot of drinking in my room. Just kind of like I used to be antisocial in a sense when it came to hanging out with my teammates. We hung out here and there, but I was never that guy that was like we'd go out to bars, something down the street, and I just like disappear. Okay. So I was kind of like had that antisocial mentality. But I go in my room, I drink, and I remember one particular night I went out. I was drinking in my room, and we was banned from the bars. We were banned from the bars. We weren't supposed to be down there. But me, I go down there anyway. Just like for me, my whole thing was when I was on campus, I always wanted other students to know that I'm just like them. Okay. When I used to go out my way to do that, not like intentionally, that's just who I was. I always want to get along with my classmates, and there's a persona put on us in the sense of athletes are jerks or have an ego. So I used to like hang out with everybody, and I ended up going down to the bars one time, and ended up getting caught up in a situation down there, okay. And then end up having to deal with a legal situation. My senior year, a time when I was like, man, cool, I'm going. And that one night I go down there, and it was like this incident probably took place probably lasted like a minute. And it just kind of just took off from there, and then after that, my coach kind of like was very upset and disappointed in me, So I mean, my time went down, I wasn't playing as much. It was just like kind of went downhill from there, And I remember going into my senior year, that second semester, after we lost our last game, I ended up just like taking off my second semester. I didn't even finish my second semester, get off campus. I just wanted to get away and focus on the NBA draft, those workouts and things like that, just to kind of like get that taste out of my mouth in the sense of that college experience and kind of get back to what I believe who I can be as far as a player.
Okay. So, sounds like a lot of adversity. Let's talk about how did you face the adversity and when did reality really like set in for you?
How did I face it? It was, like I said, it was tough because like this is something that I'd never been through in my life. Right. Like going through my high school career, everything was pretty sweet in a sense, Then even in college, I'd go party, hang out, but nothing significant ever really happened in that sense until this situation happened as far as dealing with the law. And So my whole thing was, okay, just keep moving forward. Behind us and keep moving forward. So like I said, my thing was I just got away from campus. Everything that I felt that was a bad feeling, I just kind of got away from. When to start working out, really focused on that. And I was trying to prepare for the Portsmouth.
Okay.
But I didn't even get in Portsmouth. So I had to call the guy who ran Portsmouth. I called the guy who ran Portsmouth. I was like, hey, I'm trying to get in. He was like, there's no spots available. I said, look, I'll play any position you need me, but just to try to get in. Nothing. So I called Coach Wooten, kind of told him what I wanted to do. He made some calls, and it was still kind of like hard for me, tough, but there was no more room left.
Right.
And I didn't have a great senior year, so of course I wasn't getting invited. So I remember one time I talked to the guy. He said, hey, look, if any other spots open up, I'll call you. Probably like an hour later, he called me back and said, hey, a guy from Richmond that got hurt in the tournament, got hurt, you come in. And I was like, bet. I said, cool, this is what I'm gonna do. I already was preparing for this moment anyway. I'm gonna go down there and prove a point. Went down there, averaged like 13-9. Did what I had to do. All the scouts are talking. People coming to me like, yeah, the teams are talking. They was trying to wonder why you didn't do these things at Maryland, but they kind of like, whatever now, it's like we're moving forward. I was like, cool. At the end of the Portsmouth, they're like, all right, late second round. I was like, cool. I said, man, that's huge coming from my college career.
Right.
I was like, cool, I'll take it. I don't care. I just want an opportunity. Man, like 4 days before the draft, I got to go to court.